you see from that Buckeye defense on tape, Graham?
Yeah, they have a lot of talent, and they've recruited at a high level for a long time. They're a talented group. So in order to go out there, we got to go execute, and we got to make some plays. And I think that's one thing we didn't do enough of the other night was we just didn't make enough plays. We only had one-on-one opportunities, and so when you get those opportunities, no matter what it is, it doesn't matter if you're a ball carrier one-on-one in the open field with a tackler or receiver, or if it's an O lineman in a one-on-one protection situation, like you got to make and win one-on-one battles, and like I said, I think that's going to be big for us this Saturday.
Was there ever a doubt that Hudson was not going to play at Iowa?
Yeah. I mean, he's had, I think he's in some pain, and throughout the week, I thought he started to improve a little bit. So later on in the week, I started to feel a little more confident. But early on, he definitely had some pain, and but he's a tough kid. He kind of got banged up on that in the first series of the Illinois, or first quarter of the Illinois game, and battled through there, and then battled through again the other night, and Hud's a tough guy, and he's a joy to coach. He does what you ask him to do, and so we're fortunate to have him.
How much not being 100% do you think factored into how he played at Iowa, maybe as far as holding the ball too long, maybe not running much?
I would imagine some, you know what I mean? And I think that, as a competitor, you got to, like, when you're out there on the field, like, when you're out there on the competing, I know, like, you try the best not to think about it, and just play your style of football. But I'm sure, that'd be a question more for him, but I definitely think, like, probably somewhere in the back of your head, you may create some hesitation, especially in the run game, trying to avoid hits. But like I said, I think that the best you can, you go out there and you try to compete and just try to play your style of football and not think about it. But can you really do that or not is hard to say.
How important is it to get ahead of the sticks? It seemed like you were playing from behind.
Yeah, that's one of my keys to victory that I gave him today. That was the frustrating thing about the other night. A lot of it, Iowa does a great job and on defense, and you can't have self-inflicted wounds and expect to beat a team that does their job as well as Iowa does, And so a lot of drives we killed ourselves, and again, like I said, against a team like that, like, you can't afford it. And so we have a dropped exchange, a dropped snap, a snap that was snapped before it was ready, penalties. You just can't do those kind of things against good football teams. And so staying ahead of the sticks is really, really important. It's always important. Against a team like Iowa is definitely important. Against a team like Ohio, like really against anyone you play, like staying ahead of the sticks and not beating yourself is really, really important. And it's got something we got to do a better job of.
How much will losing Tyrone Tracy change the run game, if at all?
I think losing a player like that, you're always going to feel the effects of it a little bit. Really dynamic guy, and a guy that plays at a really high level. He's been as consistent, as explosive as anyone has. I think consistently throughout the year. So, when he was limited the other day, and when he is limited, I think it hurts you just because you're taking an explosive guy off the field, but you still got to go. That's still a pretty talented room, and we still got to go execute. We got guys. I thought some of those other guys ran hard. I think kind of the stats were kind of skewed because of how many negative, like, big sacks we took. But I really think, like, those running backs did some good things with the ball in their hands, and were fairly effective running the football. Just you can't afford to take all those big sacks, And so, but the running backs, I thought, like I said, were pretty effective running the football, and they're going to have to continue to be effective, and we got to run the football at a high level to give ourselves chances to win. And like I said, you got to make plays in both the run game and the pass game.
To speak to the loss of Marcus Mbow, I mean, popular player, good player, and just the impact that could have on the line.
Yeah, I think he's as talented of the guys we have up there, probably. You know what I mean? And so, just from a talent, from that standpoint, it hurts. But also, like you said, the guys, I know the rest of the guys love him. You could tell when he got hurt, like you know, how upset it made some of the guys just because they're seeing their friend. You know what I mean? Seeing your friend get injured is never fun. Unfortunately, that's part of the game of football. You know, you wish you could avoid those, but it's inevitable that at some point, you know, people are going to get hurt. You know, you always hope you don't. But like I said, seeing Marcus, you know, you could see all the guys kind of rally around him. Since he's been back, I think the guys have really rallied around him well, put their arm around him, and you know, I think you can see really how much he means to the guys around him just by the way they've reacted and treated him since. And like I said, he's a super talented guy that won't miss, but creates an opportunity for the next guy, and we're going to need the next guy to step up and play at a high level.
How familiar are you with the Boilermakers nickname and what Purdue has done when facing top 5 teams here in the last 10, 15 years?
Yeah, you know, you see it I've seen it from afar for a long time. Then you get here, and like I said, you kind of see it from inside the building, which is fun. And you know, one of the coolest things about Purdue so far since I've been here is just the support of the fans and playing in Ross-Ade and the atmosphere that's created every time. And so, you know, I think that you can see why as an opponent it can be a tough place to come in and win, because like I said, I think we have an unbelievable fan base. We have a great atmosphere in there every Saturday. And so it's not an easy place to come play. And we look forward to being in there again this coming Saturday.
You've been in games like this when you were playing, coaching. What is it about teams that are maybe the underdog that rise to the occasion when you get this kind of an opportunity?
Yeah, they're fun games. You know, I think every week's a fun week, but when you play a team that, you know, like I said, even when I was playing, when you played teams that were highly ranked or had great records, it was always fun to go play them. And to me, like, you just got to go do your job at a really high level, and if you do, you give yourself a chance. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, at Texas Tech, you were always kind of the underdog. It felt like, you know, you in the state of Texas, especially back then when Texas A&M was still in the Big 12, and you had Oklahoma. You always kind of saw yourself as the little stepbrother or something. You know what I mean? And you wanted to beat up your big brother, and so it was always fun when Texas or Texas A&M or OU or whoever rolled into town. And you know, being here when you have a big time opponent coming in. Like I said, I don't know if it's kind of the same because it's not quite like the in-state deal, but I think it's a great opportunity to go play at a high level and play a great football team and go try to get a big time win.
How encouraging was it to see Devin take a little step forward on Saturday?
You know, I think he's a really good player. You know, and he does a lot for this offense. He's a very valuable piece of what we do, and he made some nice plays the other day. You know what I mean? And we're going to continue to need to do that as we move forward. And I think he will. Like, he prepares the right way. He does things right, and because of that, I think, you know, he'll continue to play at a high level and do things right. You know, he kind of had some bad luck early, just with putting the ball on the ground. But other than that, like, he anytime he has the ball, he's hard to tackle. You know what I mean? And so it's crazy. It looks like legs are going all over the place. He's kind of fun to watch run, but he's a slither. He has a great feel for space. He has a great feel for run schemes, and does a great job for us.